Hello, welcome back to Heretic Owl Tarot. My name is Liz, and I will be guiding you on this journey today. This is the reading for the 4-1 Human Design Profile. If you don't know what your Human Design Profile is, there's a link in the description below for you to get your Human Design Body Graph. And one of the bits of information about you will be your profile. What else? I feel like I'm missing something. Of course, I would absolutely love it if you subscribed to my channel. Thank you either way for being here. I'm happy that we're both here. I hope you find some value in this reading. And I also hope that you can't hear the wind coming through my my window. It kind of sounds a little bit like a ghost. Anyway, I didn't really have a plan for the spread, so I was just gonna kind of shuffle until a few cards came out. We have the 9 of Pentacles, King of Cups, 6 of Swords. Interesting. This actually really feels like the first words that came into my mind were like self-reliance. Because it really does feel like you getting yourself there, wherever there is for you. Death, Knight of Cups, 5 of Pentacles, Ace of Wands. I actually really don't feel drawn to the bottom of the deck, but I am going to take some cards, I think, from the top of the deck, and it'll just be a surprise. So let me explain why I feel that way in the first place. The 9 of Pentacles is about self-sufficiency, independence. And interestingly enough, between the King of Cups and the 6 of Wands, or the 6 of Swords, so in this King of Cups here, we can see that the king is standing on, the edge of their boat here. I don't know if there's a term for that, but see all these waves? I mean, there's like a crazy storm going on, right? And the king is expressing like confidence, right? They're not worried about the storm, right? Like they have their sea legs. This is also, it feels like, oh my gosh, like, have you seen all the Pirates of the Caribbean movies? The one where Captain Barbossa, it's my favorite Pirates of the Caribbean movie out of all of them. At World's Edge, I think. At World's End, actually. But they are like, trying to find, they're trying to find Davy Jones's locker, right? Because that's where, what's his name is? Jack Sparrow. And in order to do so, right, like they have to get good and lost. And they do, right? I mean, if you've seen the movie, right? But then they're about to go over the edge of this waterfall. And everybody is like freaking out. But Captain Barbossa is like laughing about it. Right? Because he knows, right? Like he knows that is the direction. Like going over that edge is exactly what they need to do in order to get where they're going. Right? Not to mention too, the events that like lead up to and even in that movie, there's a lot of like intuition, I feel, because there's like side quests that happen, right? And nobody really steps in to prevent that from happening. They're just kind of like, we'll see where that goes. Like for instance, Elizabeth, and how the one captain thinks that she's Calypso. He never corrects him. Anyway, okay, I know we're like getting off on a tangent here. But I mean, like that is like all the stuff that's like coming through with the King of Cups though. There's this confidence aspect. It is a king. It's the highest expression of the suit. Cups do have to do with our emotions. Right? And also like how we navigate them, what are our coping mechanisms for them, how do we express them, how other people affect our emotions, and two, like how we affect other people. And then in this Six of Swords, okay, so I said, right, like in this King of Cups, there's this crazy storm that's happening out here, right? And he's standing on the edge and he's like, this is the way, right? Because he's not saying, let's turn around, let's try to go around this storm, whatever, right? He's like, no, full speed ahead. The only way out is through. And in this Six of Swords, see how they're flying over it? See these waves here? See this boat back there? Not at all being affected, not at all being caught up in this storm here. So again, like this self-reliance thing, this truly, like, you are the one who gets to decide how much emotional energy you put into a thing. You're the one that gets to decide the impact of, things around you on your mood, or even, how that affects your decision making, like how it sits in your body too. I mean, maybe there's like a vagal response that's happening here too, right? Because I would even see the King of Cups as being healing. I feel like I've like barely talked about the Nine of Pentacles, and for some reason I don't even feel like I need to. Which is so strange to me. My focus keeps going to the King of Cups and the Six of Swords, because it's almost kind of like over here. That could be the outward expression, like how you are showing up in the world, how people are perceiving you, how you are allowing yourself to be perceived, independent, solo, individual, right? I can do bad all by myself type of thing. It could very well have an impact on the people around you, good, bad, or otherwise, too, right? I mean, people could be seeing how you are reacting or even not reacting to a thing, how you are presenting yourself, the ideas that you do have. I mean, like I said, right? I mean, the Nine of Pentacles is a success card. Nines are just individual. So it has everything to do more so with you, how you are investing in things, your idea of success, you getting yourself to a point of like independence. Like you have definitely gotten yourself to this point of success, right? But then over here, there could be a big emotional impact happening. A lot of shit that's like outside of your control, or maybe is having an impact on you. And it's like in your mind. That's what swords are, right? Our mind, mindset, belief systems. I also see swords as being ego, because that's generally where we hear our ego is in our minds. And our ego is created by the stories that we attach to experiences, to feelings, right? It becomes our belief system. It becomes our personality, our temperament, the reasons why we do and don't do things. It's literally the reason why we perceive our realities to be such as they are, right? Because we consume life. It goes through the filter of our ego, which is based on mostly childhood, shit. And then it kicks out a story. And with this depiction, so the Six of Swords does generally talk about moving away from choppy waters, like moving away from, the mind chatter, the anxiety, the conflicts, the whatever, and moving towards peace. Because again, we have this boat back here. And that's also too, like this King of Cups is like, we have to go through this in order to get to where that boat is. And this person on here is like, the fuck we do? Like, I'm just gonna bypass it altogether. I don't know which way is more correct. I'm not sure. We have the Fool card. We have Temperance and the Nine of Cups. The Fool is a leap of faith. It's Uranus. Uranus is in Taurus right now. It's going to be moving out of Taurus sometime. I don't know if it's this year. I think maybe later this year. Anyway, which is the modern ruler of Aquarius, and Pluto is in Aquarius right now. So, wherever Taurus and Aquarius are for you, if that has any significance. But again, right, like this is a leap of faith. This is trusting the process. This is literally starting out on a new journey, approaching things differently, understanding things differently. They're dropping this rose from their hand too, which to me feels like old shit, because it like has this feeling of like not bringing baggage with you. And too, right, because if we are, and we do, right, we're human beings, right? When we are dealing with emotions, dealing with people, even dealing with our own lives and the vision that we have, for our own lives, there usually is baggage attached to that. This really does feel, again, it's like leaving behind. I also kind of love how just being in this position, they are walking away from the King of Cups and they're walking towards, or like their focus would be more on the Nine of Pentacles. It could even be focusing less on the emotional storm, or even like the response that you have to the storm. And the storm can literally be people in your life. It could be family, it could be relationships, it could be your job, it could be strangers, it could just be, life in general, right? Like, and instead of, kind of being caught up in the storm, it's like this focus is on what assures your stability, right? And like focusing on that. We have Temperance here, which is Sagittarius. There's fire in one cup, water in the other. And honestly, really, for all I know, this could be water and air, just based on this, just based on this illustration. And I'm only saying that because we have water and air. And this card came up, right between them. Temperance talks about the blending together of energies. This would literally be your emotional body, like your mind and body, working together. Versus usually our mind is saying one thing, our heart or our emotions are saying another, or they're like playing off of each other, right? Like our mind starts going and then it like creates this, like I said too, like even a vagal nerve like response in our body, right? Like, and then it's just like a whirlwind. So I love how these two cups like coming together, how they are creating this image here. I'm actually kind of curious. I don't think I've ever read what the book says about temperance. Two elemental cups hold the key to inner balance. One holds the element of fire, its flames dancing and intertwining with the element of water springing from the second cup. Which makes sense. I mean, Sagittarius is a fire sign, but like I said, I was putting like my own little spin on it since we have water and air here. So anyway, Together, through their fluid movements and acceptance of each other, they form the perfect balance of opposing forces, which again, right? Mind, body. Talk about opposing forces. Fire is the inner creative drive that ignites us to move and act. Water, as our emotions, is sometimes turbulent, full of power to create or destroy. However, when brought together in the perfect blend of balance and harmony, they bring about stability, much as the forging and formation of new land when molten lava collides with a cool sea. The presence of the Temperance card in your spread is a call to moderation and harmonious relationships. If your reading is especially active in terms of events, this card urges you not to take extreme actions, but rather to take your time and not rush. Be calm and centered as the eye of the storm. Ponder your responses. Certain situations may require you to compromise in order to reach a solution. Don't allow yourself to be provoked. Losing your temper will only push the process further from the balance and stability you seek, which is kind of this Nine of Pentacles would be the balance and stability. And then again, like the Nine of Cups here. Whoops. Wish fulfillment. Feeling purposeful. Again, though, with it being a 9. First of all, 2 9s. It's 111 right now. And again, 9s are individual. You feel like you got what you wanted to get out of this situation because you didn't react in a way that maybe you would have in the past. You allowed yourself to sleep on it if you needed to, right? Like you created space between you and the storm and waited it out, right? You allowed yourself to kind of consider different angles, different options. And here we have this feeling good about it. Being happy with the outcome. We have the 4 of Swords, which is rest, giving your mind a rest. Exactly. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. Also, that talks about healing. In this card specifically, there's these 4 swords here, right? And it's saying, where are the people who belong to those swords, right? Like, are they resting before a battle or are they resting after? Either way, they are resting. They've laid their swords down. They're not concerned about, danger being around them to the point where they need to have those swords close to them. So it does talk about healing. It does talk about meditation. It does talk about, again, mental rest. Okay, officially, I'm leaving it there. Thank you so much for allowing me to read your cards. I will talk to you soon. Bye.